Hi everyone, it's Nina Lim. This is probably the most difficult video that I will be making, not only because I have no script whatsoever. I tried probably like 6 times today, and I just had to keep stopping because this is just a little bit out there for some people, but trust me, it is not easy for me to be as out there as well. But let me just go ahead and do it. You see, I've been talking about the Great Awakening for a few months now, and the Great Awakening for some people, I just make it seem like it's going to be something of a spiritual change or a spiritual awakening for a lot of people. However, it's really a little bit more than that, and it's a little bit more important than that. And so, for all of you, or for some of you who don't know, I came from another country, decided to go back to my place of birth with my family, because we were seeing things where we were that were a little bit off. Off meaning, as my child terms it, anything that you can think of that's sci-fi, mommy, it's actually sci-fi. So I would be the last person to believe in these things. I'm a very logical person, but through it all, it's been a couple of years. No, I have not been back home a couple of years. I have been back home since the beginning of when this whole COVID-19 lockdown started. But since the beginning of like a couple of years ago, we went from one state to another before we decided to go here. But it has been a bit of a journey for my family, and a little bit perplexing to a lot of people, what we were doing with why we were moving, or etc., etc. Anyway, I always just said that something was going to happen. Even I didn't know what it was. So let me begin by telling you, around 13 years ago, when I met my husband, he actually told me he was a light worker, or he is a light worker. I didn't actually know what it was, and to be honest with you, I thought, oh my God, what a handsome guy. He's kind of out there, out there. But I realized after a while that what he was talking about as a light worker was that he is a healer, basically. Healer in a sense that they do good, and they do get rid of darkness or evil. So I figured out that this was real. It really was real, because every time that he'd try to heal or clear me, something happened. And little by little, I noticed that my perceptions and senses were getting a little bit more in tune. And at one point he told me, you are probably a light worker as well, which is why we met. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was the most material, worldly person I knew. All I cared about was being here on earth, and getting getting what I want for myself, luxuries and comfort, and I really don't, I will not lie about that. That's how I was. However, this has all changed in the past couple of years. So and another funny thing is, I do have a 9-year-old, and my 9-year-old, I would say, is a starseed as well, a crystal child. So you do your own research, if you are new to this channel or new to this whole idea, look into starseeds, look into lightworkers, and look into the present fight over good and evil. So I have decided to do this video today because we have been in COVID-19 lockdown where I am for 57 days now, and it has been very difficult for a lot of people. I have been contacted by my old clients. I have been contacted by friends and acquaintances who ask me what I know and what I think it is, because they're having a little bit of difficulty. There's a little bit of glitches here and there in their experiences. And so I just answer most of them as I would when I am coaching or when I am helping people with life design and doing my seminars for workplace consulting. And so I revert back to the law of attraction, and I do really promote Ho'oponopono. So over and over, that's all I say. And the backstory really is, we know that something is going on, and we have been told, and we have researched, and we are of the thought, as is many other people, many more than you will ever think, that there is really some sort of an event that's going to happen soon. So this whole idea of a COVID lockdown, there's a reason for this other than the COVID virus itself. And where the COVID virus came from, there's a lot of talk about that. But again, you will please have to do your own research so that you won't quote me or you won't say anything that I said may be not right. So let's go on. Basically, there is going to be a split that happens. There will be you, or most, or some, I don't know how many, but there will be people who will be going to another dimension or ascending to another dimension. We are basically, I don't say we because I really am not anymore. And a lot of people, your experience is of the third dimension. So when you're in planet Earth, you are in the third dimension. And that's where there is duality, good and evil, right and wrong, etc., etc. And you're aiming really for heaven. You say heaven, nirvana, or whatnot. And that aim is really in another parlance is another dimension. And so upon researching, I believe there are 12 dimensions. But bottom line, what is happening right now are the veils are being lifted. Veils meaning, filters that you have seen all your life as an earthling are being lifted. So prepare to see more things that are like odd or not usual to you. Prepare to see more supernatural occurrences, basically, which are not supernatural. They're just a lifting of the veil. So ever since this has happened, and I really didn't want to do this, but I do have guides who show up and who tell me things, and my guides have told me to do the video because the event is nearing. It's going to happen soon. And why I was put here, basically, because I couldn't understand why I was moved from one point to the other. And we were moved as a family because we are here to help as many people wake up as we can. And those who are not awake, when they do wake up, are going to freak out. I'm not going to bleep myself, but they're going to freak out. And so we are here to assist them not to freak out and explain as much as we can what we know of this happening. So I actually had a dream, I would say 6 months ago. We didn't even have plans of moving here yet. That there was a flash of light. And I said in my dream, this is it. It's happening. And it was here in this house. Basically, not really this house, but it was here where I am. And I saw it clearly, and my family was with me. There's another more backstory to that, but some things are too difficult to explain. But let me just explain it as that. So there is a fight going on between good and evil. You may be thinking that some people are really, really good, and they're actually the people who are actually evil. So I'm going to get a lot of backlash from this. A lot of my relatives are going to call me and they're going to say I went nuts. But I really don't care, because I want to reach as many people as I can and help. And I am not about money. This is not a monetized video at all. And if you would like to book something with me for half an hour, I'm happily gonna give my half an hour free, so that you can discuss with me what you're seeing and what you're experiencing, so I can help you with the process of what's going on. Even if I can reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people, that's okay, because that is my job here, and my job is to help you ascend and move into the right dimension. So again, let's go back. Please do your research on science fiction. There's a lot going on up in there in the skies, and they have everything to do with what's going on here on Earth. So my father will see this, and my father will tell me, what are you talking about? So our planet has been held hostage. I call it that, because we have been held up by the dark forces for a long time. And our minds have been programmed to understand things the way they wanted us to understand it. So there are beliefs that you have that were put in there by the bad people or the evil, because they don't want you to become ascended people. And they don't want you to ascend into the right dimension or a higher dimension, primarily because you are their food. So you say again, Nina, you're going nuts. Let me tell you what I mean by you are their food. You are their food because there is such a thing called loosh. Loosh is when you feel fear, you feel anger, or any low vibrational feeling, guilt, shame, etc. That is how these evil people, or evil beings, eat. Okay? So we are their food. And therefore, when we maintain a high vibration, we're happy, joyful, full of love, they cannot eat. And believe me, I'm really, really happy that because we are all in here, hunkered up, a lot of people have been finding joy in staying with family, etc., etc. But of course, they still have a lot of the population of this earth who they eat off from. And this is their last resort. They do this virus so that they can instill fear in people. They can instill sadness, depression, and that's still how they eat. But they are losing slowly but surely. And so they put people like me here to tell you that every day you should be thankful and happy for what you have. You should keep your vibration high. So I've been saying that in all my videos for years, because I say you have to maintain happiness, because there is no place for darkness or evil when there is light. They're like, the vampires. When they're hit with light, they just, they crumble and stuff. This is actually what it is. So what you see in the films sometimes is like real life. So I'm going to tell you that when there is unconditional love, happiness, and light, the darkness cannot get in. And so that's what we have to spread, light and love, light and love. That's why I keep saying light and love, because one day they're going to be gone. And the event is going to happen, and the shift is going to happen, and they're going to be left where they should be left, and we will all go to this happy place where you don't need anything else but to be there. So, this has gone on for a while. I will make more videos, but please subscribe to my channel. I will keep making videos when inspiration hits me. Inspiration meaning these guides who are bugging me. I've been bugged to do these videos. My eyes opened up, and it's amazing because I just started with the law of attraction. I thought I was just going to do that. And now my eyes are so open. I see all kinds of beings and things, and they tell me what or what not. And they just say, help, keep, maintain, and spread love and light to this planet. And when we do, the darkness will slowly go away. The evil will die, and they will lose. So please do your research. There are people and entities who are not after your good when you think they are. They are actually here as bad beings, and they eat off of you. There's a lot going on in YouTube. Sometimes they erase the videos. I don't even know if this is going to be erased, but this is real. So again, Nina Lim, hit the subscribe button, and you have to hit the bell so that every time I get a surge of this, back talk, you'll hear from me and you'll hear what is going on. But be ready, be happy, keep your vibrations high. It is very, very important to not fear. It is very, very important to trust. It is very, very important to give unconditional love and not to judge. So go practice Ho'oponopono. I have other videos that are like easier, and you just have to remember to take responsibility for everything that is happening around you. Take responsibility for the experience, because you make your own experiences, and let it be a good one. So if it's not a good one, learn to clean it up by saying, I'm sorry, myself. Please forgive me, myself, for making this experience not a good one, for lowering my vibration. But thank you, myself, for giving me the opportunity to clean it up and let it go. Let all the darkness from my life go. Let all those negativity go. And let it be transposed into light and love. So I love you, myself. And if you do this Ho'oponopono, you will manifest the best life ever. There will be no place, again, as I say, no place for evil when you have love and light surrounding you. There's more and more of us every day. Please join us. You don't want to be in the dark. You don't want to be on that side. I don't think so. Release your programs. Keep an open mind, because maybe what you think is crazy is real. I love you all unconditionally. Try to learn to love everybody unconditionally. And forgive yourself. Thank yourself and love yourself. That is the most important. And when there is unconditional love for every being in this world, because God did put a spark of Himself in everything that He created in this universe. In me, in you, in the plants, in the animals, there is a spark of God. And therefore, there is light in everyone. Keep it going.